to try something a bit different, something a bit dangerous. We're going to try and blow the arse out of this old meter that doesn't work by using a Thyratron as a switch. So basically I want to dump about 900 volts through that meter. So I point you back down. I want to dump about 900 volts through that meter that are stored in these two big capacitors. So we've got a 1100 microfarad at 450 volts, and we've got a 4700 microfarad at 400 volts. So I'm just having a chuff on my fag iron, I think, here. So I'm going to put about 450 volts in that first. I'm just slowly reforming it at the moment. And then what am I going to do? Then I'm going to move the leads over to that one and charge that one up another 400 volts. Right, that's a good point. I haven't quite got set up. Come on, you bastard. So yes, I haven't got the filament transformer quite sorted. Just make sure I do that. So, come on you swine, get on there. Right. So, right, I'm just thinking about this. Right, I have got a bit of protection. I'll swivel you around here. So, obviously we're using a low voltage supply to switch the grid, and that will be protected by diodes. And then I'm using, to charge the capacitors, I'm using a diode, and also I'm using a fuse, 1 amp fuse, to protect the big power supply. I think it should be alright. They're both floating power supplies, but I mean I'm all for blowing up a little meter, but I'm not into really blowing up me, especially this big power supply, because I'll never be able to fix it. Right, so without further ado, let's charge this capacitor up. I'm going to have trouble switching the leads, because if you see, this lead here that is on the negative of the capacitor will have to go onto this terminal here, which will be at 450 volts potential, which is going to be interesting. I'm running out of crocodile leads. Yeah, right. Let me just take that one off. This is only charged to 30 volts. Now I've got my pliers here, insulated. Yeah, okay, that'll work. God, I'm shaking a bit actually here. I don't know if you can see that. It's a bit dangerous. So what I'm going to do, well, let's warm the Thyratron up. Yeah, warm that up. Right, that's warming up. Right, let's charge that capacitor up. Here we go. That's on current limiting. Move the current limit up to 1 amp. That's at 450 volts. So now I need to take that off. Okay. Look, mate. Dangerous, dangerous, dangerous. Here's my meter, look, to prove we've got... Oh, you can't see that, can you? I can't see the bugger because of the reflection. Right, there you go. I should store that in there for a good while, so... Here's to prove we've got 450 volts in there. Jesus, I am shaking, look at that fucker. pardon my language, 424 volts. Jesus, Mary and Joseph. Right, so here's the tricky bit now. So this positive isn't connected to anything. So this positive's got to go on that bugger, hasn't it? Ah, you didn't think of that, did you? Oh, I know what I can do. Right. 420 volts, right, look, we're fine. Well, that's not connected to anything. You old jipper. Right, so that's on there. Right, sod the fuse. Right, so that's on there now. Not making a circuit. Right, that's a bit near that transformer, but that's coming off in a minute. We'll take that bugger off. Right, now I've just got to move that on to... Oh yeah, look, come on. There. Right, here we go again, 2, 3, 4. That's right. Hey, you fucker! Oh. Right. Well, that was interesting. You didn't see that. As I was cranking that up, what happened? Right, it must have flashed over through the Thyratron. There you go. Oh well. Let's see. God, is a reek smell. Let's have a look what we got in here. 159. 400 volts, so there's still some voltage in there, but that's flashed over in there. Right. Let's discharge that. Let's discharge those capacitors. Right. Right. Oh dear. And I have killed, and I have fucked my power supply up. Shit. Hold on, I'll show you. Look. Meter's stuck at 200 volts. Who fucking said this was a good idea? Here's me discharging one. Set that off there as well. I don't know what happened there. It's a solitary illustration of why you don't piss about with high voltage when you don't particularly know what the bloody hell you're doing. Let's have a look. Meter. 0 volts-ish. 0 volts-ish. Right. Now you can see there we've got a bit of an arc there. See if it still works. It still, display still works. So it's obviously arced over there, look. But the thing is, there shouldn't have been any current coming through that Thyratron. Okay. Right. Okay. Right. Let's have another look here then, see if we've what we've damaged. Damage inspection. It isn't quite how I wanted things to work out. Right. fungi how we had it the other day. Where are we? Diode. Oh, that's a negative, isn't it? Negative voltage. What are we doing here? Get us all sorted out. One moment, let me have a look what the crack is. Right, well, I have screwed my power supply up. That is set to 0. Yeah, it is. That's set to 0 volts and it's reading 100 odd volts. Yeah, look. Sorry, this jumper just got on the door. That's reading 146 and it's going up to the controls. Gone. Oh, what an idiot. Fancy killing your big power supply. Yeah, look. What a tit. Oh well. That's fine. Right. Okay, doke. Yeah, this is all the damage it's done to the meter, the switching, which is pretty usual. I've done this before to meters. And a bit of arcing there. That's it. But it's knacking me big power supply, which I'm not happy about. Apart from that, yeah, what was the point of that exercise? Didn't quite work out. Anyway, let that be a lesson to you. When you're going to muck about with high voltage, you're just trying to blow things up. Look what you try and find out a bit more about what you're doing. Yeah, bugger. Oh well, I'll have to see if I can fix the big old power supply. If not, God knows what I'm going to do. Regarding the Thyratrons, the last word about those, I have this toroidal core, and I've put some wire on order, done some rough calculations, and this should be good for about 1 kilovolt at an amp, so about 1000 kVA, if I've done my sums roughly right. So yeah, that's something to look forward to. Winding a big high voltage powerful toroid, which I'll eventually hopefully use for a big 813 push-pull amplifier. Yeah, so thanks for watching, hope you like the new intro. Ta-da for now.